Well, 2019 marks 400 years of the first enslaved African arriving in Jamestown, Virginia in 1619. And Ghana has announced plans to make this year eventful. Africa 54's Esther Githui-Ewart has more. Esther.
That's right, Vincent. Ghana has declared 2019 as the year of return in a campaign targeting African Americans and diaspora to visit the West African nation. Ghana's Tourism Authority and the Ministry of Tourism are spearheading the year-long calendar of activities in partnership with the Office of Diaspora Affairs at the Office of the Ghanaian President. And joining me now with more on the year of return is Dinah Adjei Barwuah, wife of the Ghanaian Ambassador to the United States. Dinah, welcome to Africa 54.
Thanks for having me.
You know, first of all, this should be exciting and even transformational for a lot of African Americans who will be visiting Ghana for the first time. But what should they expect once they arrive at the airport? Who is there to welcome them home?
My first advice is for people to travel with tour companies, and also the Embassy of the United States, Ghana's Embassy to the United States, is setting up a secretariat so that people, African Americans who want to travel to Ghana, can have first-hand information before they set out to Ghana.
But then again, the question you hear once this year of return was announced late last year by the president of Ghana here in Washington is, do they have in place or plans to have discounted tickets for African Americans and the diaspora to visit Ghana, or even places where they might be able to be accommodated at, discounted prices as well?
Yes, currently we are talking to South African Airways and United Airlines to give a discounted ticket for people, African Americans who want to travel to Ghana. It's ongoing, and I believe that by the end of the month of March, everything will be in place, especially for hotels and for tour groups, so that people can take advantage of this.
So once they get there, highlight some of the activities that they should expect to see what is lined up for these guests.
Okay, so we have a whole year calendar for the year of return. So I think if you go to the Ministry of Tourism, the website, you can see all the activities outlined for the year. And then you have to pitch in which one you think you will like or you will enjoy. And I think that will make life easier for you, instead of just going and maybe not meeting what your expectations are. So I think the best and the first step is really look at the activities, because it's every month there's something going. So the best thing is for you to just see what you want and take advantage of it.
But what are some of the must-see places? Because you want to hear some feedback when they come back here.
Of course. We have 40 sites where slaves were kept before they were transshipped into the Americas. And the ones close to home, that is the capital, is the Elmina Castle, James Fort, Cape Coast Castle. So I think these are in the proximity of the capital, and therefore they should be targeted. And then you can take advantage of the rest of the 37, and then you can, I'll visit those places as well.
Now, we've heard since the announcement about the year of return that Ghana would be offering citizenship to African Americans. Would dual citizenship come into play here? How is that, if you can briefly tell us?
Okay, yes, I think in 2007, coincided with Ghana's 50th anniversary. And during that time, my president was the Minister for Foreign Affairs, and in conjunction with tourism, declared a Joseph Project. And in the project, they put out an act in Parliament which gave the right of abode to African Americans who want to come to Ghana and settle. So if indeed people want to take advantage of this, they can have a dual citizenship by applying to the Embassy of Ghana in Washington, and they will be, each case will be looked at, and then they can take advantage of the dual citizenship.
So
currently, we have about 3,000 African Americans who live in Ghana as Ghanaians.
And the feedback?
Very good.
It's great.
They took advantage of the Black History Month. It was marked and celebrated, in grand style in Accra.
Dinah, thank you so much
My
for
pleasure.
talking to us. Dinah Adjei Barwuah is the wife of the Ghanaian Ambassador to the United States. Vincent, back to you.